The Groundhog Day inside the skull, trapped in the repeating tape recorder. When I say the Groundhog Day inside the skull, trapped in the repeating tape recorder, I'm not being poetic, I am being literal. Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day is not repetition of events, it is repetition of meaning. The event happened once, the meaning never stopped. Life does not repeat moments, the mind repeats interpretations. So every morning, you wake up into a day that already ended. That is Groundhog Day. Inside the skull. Nothing outside is doing this to you. The girl is gone. The relative moved on. The rich man forgot the sentence. But the skull became a cinema hall. You are not living life. You are sitting in the audience of your memory. The world is moving. Your attention is not. Trapped. You are not trapped by circumstances. You are trapped by identification. The tape says, I was rejected. I was exposed. I was seen as small. And you replay, yes, that was me. That agreement is the cage. The moment you stop saying me, the bars loosen. Repeating tape recorder. The mind is not intelligent here, it is mechanical. It records moments that threaten identity and replays them to prevent future danger. But it cannot see that the danger is already over, so it protects a past that no longer exists. That is why it repeats. Put together, this is what it means. You are not reliving life, you are reliving a reaction. A few seconds cracked your self image, the mind built a loop around it, and now time itself feels circular. Nothing new is happening, something old is echoing. An echo feels alive, only until you see it as sound without substance. Why seeing this matters? The moment you see the mechanism, you stop asking emotional questions. You stop asking, how do I heal? How do I move on? How do I fix this? Because you realize there is nothing to heal, nothing to fix, nothing to solve. There is only misplaced attention. A man does not suffer because of his past. He suffers because he keeps visiting it and calling it the present. When attention returns to what is actually here, breath, body, room, silence, the tape does not need to stop. It simply loses authority. And when authority is gone, so is suffering. That is what I mean. Nothing more needs to be done. Groundhog Day inside the skull. The mind wakes up before you do. It presses play before your eyes open. Same scene, same words, same tone, same pause between sentences. A day that already ended, returns wearing today's clothes. You call it memory, the mind calls it now. The tape does not know time. It cannot see the sun. It does not know you are older, stronger, standing in a different room. To the tape, nothing has moved. So it recreates the past and places it on top of the present, like tracing paper over reality. Two worlds occupy one moment. You sit here breathing, but another voice speaks over your breath. The present happens quietly, the tape happens loudly, and because the tape is loud, you mistake it for truth. The strangest trick the mind plays. It convinces you that what is repeating is happening, but repetition is not reality. Echo is not existence. Sound is not substance. The tape is only a ghost walking the same hallway because no one told it the house has changed. You say I am living in the present, but the tape says no, you are still there. So the present feels thin, unreal, like a backdrop, while the tape feels solid, emotional, important. This is the illusion. The past borrows the nervous system to impersonate the present, and the body believes it. But watch closely. The tape cannot touch anything. It cannot change the room. It cannot alter your breath. It cannot move your feet. It only speaks. That is its weakness. Reality does not repeat, only recordings do. Life moves forward silently. The mind circles loudly. When you stop arguing with the tape and simply hear it as sound, something collapses. You see, this voice has no weight, no authority, no direction. It is yesterday pretending to be today. And in that seeing, the present regains its destiny. Breath becomes real. Silence becomes wide. The room returns. The tape may still play, but now it plays inside you, not as you. And that difference is freedom. The echo chamber. The moment happens once. The mind fractures twice. One part remains here, breathing, eating, walking, aging. Another part refuses to leave. That refusal is the division. The tape recorder is born the instant a moment overwhelms you. Not because the moment was big, but because you were not bold. So something breaks off and stays behind. Now two lives run in parallel. One moves forward in time, the other circles a single second. The body grows older, the echo does not. This is how the mind divides. One voice says, "It's over." Another whispers, "No, it isn't." Between these voices, a hallway forms, and you live there. The echo chamber is not memory, it is unfinished experience, a sound that never found ground. So it keeps bouncing, wall to wall, sentence to sentence, expression to expression, not seeking meaning, seeking relief. Inside the echo chamber, time is flat. There is no yesterday, there is no tomorrow, only replay. The mind mistakes intensity for reality. Because the echo is sharp, it feels alive. Because the present is quiet, it feels empty. So the echo becomes home. You think you are remembering, you are actually reliving a moment that never learned how to end. And because it never ends, it feels eternal. Not because it will last forever, but because the mind has no exit. The division keeps it alive. One part of you watches the loop and says, "Why am I still here?" The other part presses play and says, "Maybe this time it will resolve." But echoes do not resolve. They fade only when no one stands inside them. The moment you see the split, the watcher and the replay, the chamber cracks, not violently, silently. The echo does not stop, but it no longer traps. It becomes just sound in a much larger room. Boldness is not fixing the past. Boldness is realizing you never left the present, only your attention did. And attention, once it returns, takes the echo with it into silence. That is the end, not of the tape, but of you living inside it. 5 seconds that became 5 years. Before it happened, you were ordinary and free. You woke up, you ate, you walked. You do not carry yourself as a problem. Life moved. Then one moment spoke. A girl said no. Another heard your confession and went silent. A relative said you are unattractive. A man mentioned his 10 crores. All this happened without them even knowing they had pierced you. None of them stayed, but something in you did. Each incident lasted seconds. 5 seconds of rejection, 5 seconds of exposure, 5 seconds of comparison. Life moved on immediately. You did not. The mind grabbed those seconds the way a drowning man grabs a plank. Not because the plank saves him, but because panic needs something to hold. And so the recording began. Every morning, the tape asks, "What did she see when she said no? What did she think when I confessed? Am I unattractive? Am I behind? Am I small? Will I prove myself? Will I surpass him?" Not because these questions matter, but because the identity was shaken. Before the incident, you were nobody in particular. After the incident, you became someone who must recover. That is the trap. The mind does not record pain, it records threat to identity. Rejections threatened, "I am acceptable." Exposure threatened, "I am safe." Comparison threatened, "I am enough." So the mind said, "Never forget this." Now watch the cruelty of it. A man who made 10 crores forgot that sentence in 10 seconds. The relative forgot your face by dinner. The girl forgot the conversation the moment the room changed. Only you kept it alive. Why? Because the mind believes that remembering prevents repetition. It thinks, if I replay this, I will never be caught off guard again. But production turns into prison. So 5 seconds become 5 years. Not because the event was powerful, but because you began living in response to it. Money became revenge. Success became rebuttal. Growth became compensation. Not joy, not love, not truth. You were peaceful before because you had no story to defend. After the incident, you became a character in a drama. And the tape recorder is the narrator that never shuts up. Here's the most important saying. The moment did not damage you, your resistance to it did. The echo exists because you refuse to let the moment die. Life offers you new air every second, but you keep breathing old smoke to prove something to ghosts. The tape keeps saying, become more, earn more, be more attractive, win, not because winning heals, but because losing once was unbearable. And yet, the irony, you were whole before you try to become whole again. The moment you see this clearly, not emotionally, not dramatically, the recording loses its authority. It does not stop, it simply becomes irrelevant, like an old radio playing in another room. Nothing went wrong. A moment happened, the mind panicked. Identity was born, suffering followed. This is not your personal story, this is the human condition. And the moment it is seen as such, it loosens, not through effort, through understanding. That is the end of the example. And if you read it honestly, you will recognize yourself not as broken, but as caught. And what is caught can be released. Nothing is wrong with you. A moment happened, the mind reacted. The reaction repeated, and repetition created the illusion of time standing still. You are not broken, you are not weak, you are not stuck. You are simply listening to a recording and mistaking it for life. The tape does not need to be erased. It does not need to be healed. It does not need to be understood again. It only needs to be recognized as a tape. The day you stop arguing with it, stop obeying it, stop believing it speaks truth, that day, Groundhog Day ends. Not because the past vanished, but because you stopped living inside it. Silence was always here. The present never left. Only attention wandered. And attention, once it sees clearly, comes home on its own. That is all.